What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another LEGO YouTube video. Today we are going to be making some space for the UCS Razor Crest, and we kind of have a different backdrop going on today, as I do have my LED lights on as I'm recording this at night, so you guys get a kind of different look at the LEGO room. But as you all know, last week LEGO had some crazy sales on the UCS Razor Crest and the Gunship. Both sets were 30% off, so I of course have to make space for the Razor Crest, because like what good is buying a LEGO set if you can't display it? So first we're going to be moving this shelf over here, and unfortunately there is a casualty. I decapitated R2-D2 on accident, but here he is, he's back and repaired. And I also have the new spot for the kind of UCS droid shelf right here. And what I like about this placement is it also doubles as a nightstand too, so I really like it. And then speaking of nightstands, I have this other nightstand that I had just sitting in my closet that I built in my carpentry class a few years back, and I feel like it's kind of stupid to just have it in the closet and not put it to use. So today we're going to be painting it and placing it in the LEGO room so that I can put the UCS Razor Crest on it. So I am very excited to do that. I feel like what good is having it if it's just going to collect dust in the closet, so I'm happy to be able to incorporate it into my display. Of course, though, it stands out right now. It looks kind of ugly being this like random like navy blue / like gray color next to like this black bookshelf. So today we're gonna like sand off some of the loose paint so that I can give some new life into this nightstand, and that even more importantly, it'll actually blend in with my other bookshelves and my wall shelves that I have in my LEGO room. And here's the finished product. I think it looks really nice. I really like that black paint. It's actually the exact same color as my wall shelves are, so I think it fits in really nicely, and I'm proud of the final product. I think it looks great, and this shelf has some sentimental value to me, so I'm happy to be able to see it in my collection now, and I'm excited to put some sets on it. So first we're going to rearrange some stuff in the LEGO room. I'm going to actually take all of these Mandalorian shelves off of these shelves that they were previously on, because I kind of want to turn this nightstand into like an ultimate Mandalorian type display here. So we're going to have the newly released Spider Tank as of August in that shelf, and then we also have the Mandalorian Battle Pack, as well as the Armorer's Mandalorian Forge. And I feel like the most important set here is probably the UCS The Child set, which does retire at the end of the year. So if you don't have this set, I would highly recommend picking it up, as it is a great set. And I think if you did pick up the UCS Razor Crest this week, definitely get this to go alongside with it. I'm excited to see what they look like, because they both kind of have those UCS plaques, and they're the only two UCS sets based off of the Mandalorian. Anyway, though, I also have the Spider Tank placed behind Grogu on this display riser, and then we have the Armorer's Mandalorian Forge in front of it, and I think this makes for a really nice shelf. It's like full, but not like super crowded in my opinion, and then the bottom shelf is very empty compared to that one. It's just got the Mandalorian Battle Pack on it, but we can always add more sets to it in the future. And here's a look at the shelf with minifigures, and I am of course planning to put the Razor Crest on top of it. Hopefully it fits. I guess we won't know until we actually build it though, but I think it'll work out pretty nicely for us. I also added the Micro Fighter here, and then I plan to add like maybe the Snub Fighter and the Holiday diorama to this shelf as well. But I think what would look really cool is having the UCS Porg right here, because it would kind of, I think that would look really nice below the UCS Grogu set. So maybe I'll get that in the future. And then I was also able to free up some space on my bookshelf. So I want to get the Superstar Destroyer set, and then maybe the Rancor Pit, maybe not though, because that set is like ridiculously expensive. So we'll see. But today is a big video. We have tons of updates planned, and I really want to get this Batman art set. You're probably wondering, why would I ever get a Batman art set with the Star Wars stuff? And that's because there's this really cool alt build on Rebrickable that uses all of these same pieces from the Jim Lee Batman art set to build this Boba Fett. And Boba Fett has always been one of my favorite characters, and I feel like what better time to get this Boba Fett mosaic after building the UCS Razor Crest. We can kind of have this Mandalorian kind of vibe going here. So I'm really excited to do that too. We've got a lot of exciting updates planned for y'all today, but here is what this entire area looks like before placing the UCS Razor Crest. It still looks really nice, even without the Razor Crest, but I'm really excited to see the finished product. I think it'll look really nice, and I'm even more excited to build the UCS Razor Crest. I feel like that's always kind of been one of those sets that I've wanted in my collection for ages, but I just never thought that I'd have space for it. And hopefully I'll have space for it after today, but we'll see. It would suck if I built the set and then couldn't even have it displayed, but hopefully it won't come to that. And then some more previews of future LEGO sets I want to get. I also want to get this buildable BB-8 set to kind of go with these other kind of droids, because this is like my UCS droid shelf, and I think BB-8 would fit in really nicely there, and it'd be another sequel trilogy set that I could have, because right now I just have the Kylo Ren and Sith Trooper brickhead, so I feel like I need more sequel era sets, because I don't hate the sequels, I just don't like them as much as the other Star Wars stuff. So I kind of want to have representation from all the Star Wars eras, and that'd be a good addition to it. But anyway, though, here is the UCS Razor Crest now placed on the new shelf, and I think it fits in really nicely. It's a little crowded, but I am still happy with the final product here. We've also got the UCS Razor Crest display plaque next to it, and I'm really happy with it. You also get a cool minifigure stand with it too, and I'm very happy that I was able to place it next to the UCS Millennium Falcon too. I think they look really nice next to each other because they're kind of similar price range sets, and they look great and they complement each other. And then here's one final look at our Mandalorian shelf now that we have the Razor Crest on it. I think it looks really complete, and I'm very happy with the end product, but that's not to say it is finished. I could definitely add a lot more to it, especially with some of those retired sets I was talking about. But the addition that we are going to be making in this video, though, is the Boba Fett art. It's a small addition, but I think it'll really tie together the whole display. So as you can see here, I've kind of rotated some of my LEGO art sets around a bit. We've actually got the 332nd Trooper next to the Venator now, which I think looks really nice. And then Darth Vader is in the center because he is the main character of Star Wars. So like, let's have him in the center. And we have some command strips where the Boba Fett art is going to go. And I really like it because we've got the UCS Razor Crest down here. And then what'll look even better is Boba Fett right above the Razor Crest. So I think that'll look nice. So let's go ahead and build this Jim Lee Batman set, except we're not really going to follow the instructions. We're just going to use the rebrickable model to build ourselves Boba Fett. And I'm really excited to see how this turns out. This will be my second custom LEGO art set. The first one was the 332nd Trooper Bullet. Let's go ahead and unbox this set. Inside of here, we've of course got the instructions and all of the colors in this set. There's a huge variety inside of here. Of course, we don't really need the instructions, so let's get those out of here. But you get like a nice rainbow of colors for this. You don't really get a lot of green, so it's impressive that you are able to build Boba Fett out of the colors provided. So I thought that was really interesting. And here are the like standard LEGO art plates that you get for these sets. And you can see the command strips on the wall here. This is where Boba Fett is going to go. So I'm very excited to have the finished product here. So let's just go ahead and start building this. I haven't built one of these LEGO art sets in a while. I think it's been at least a few months since I've done them, and I love the LEGO art sets. I love building them, but I also hate them at the same time. Like, it's very satisfying once you finish it, just because of how long these sets take. They're not like super expensive compared to like other UCS or like huge LEGO Star Wars sets. These guys are only like $100, which yeah, it's still expensive, but like not UCS Razor Crest or UCS Venator expensive. But like they still take like a decent amount of time. Like building this Boba Fett art took me like 3 hours, and when I built the Sith art and the Batman art, it was around the same time for that too, because like these guys are really challenging and unique because you really have to pay attention to every single piece that you are building, as it's literally a mosaic. And I feel like if you place one stud off, it'll just, I mean, maybe one stud you could get away with placing incorrectly, but if you make too many mistakes, I feel like the final product just is not going to look good at all. So they're kind of tricky in that sense. You have to pay a lot of attention to it, but it is really fun to build these, and they're very unique. And I feel like in the future, we're not going to get any more of these mosaic style art sets. I feel like they're kind of transitioning away from that with the new kind of 3D style ones, which I'm happy to see. Like, these guys are cool, but I definitely prefer the 3D art over this, as I feel like that's more of a fun building experience, and it'll be a more unique build for each and every one, you know, because the problem with these is like regardless of what design you're making, the build still feels the same. It's just the end product that looks different. But overall, though, I'm really impressed by this rebrickable model. The instructions are actually free, and I'll include a link to them in the description, which is cool, because one thing with a lot of rebrickable alt builds is you have to pay money for the instructions, but this one completely free, which I love. So shout out to the creator of those instructions. Here is the finished product. I think it looks really nice. It's probably my second favorite out of my art mosaics. I think the first one is still the 332nd Trooper, but this still looks cool, and we're going to hang it up with these command strips. I got the large Velcro ones. I would recommend recommend putting 4 on this, as you definitely don't want this to fall over, as that would suck having to rebuild that. So you want it to be more sturdy. Probably, I would rather have like more support than needed for this, because I really do not want this falling, especially since I have it placed over my UCS sets. Imagine that falling off the wall and then crashing into the UCS sets and having to rebuild those and this. But anyway, though, here is the Boba Fett art place. I think this looks amazing. I am very happy with this. We've got the 332nd Trooper, Darth Vader in the center, and then Boba Fett all the way to the right. And I think these guys look so impressive. I am very happy with this. You can still pick up the Jim Lee Batman art, but it does retire at the end of the year. So if you want to do this, definitely try and get it sooner rather than later, as it probably will become more expensive as it retires. But I think this looks really nice. I do want to add some more to it, though, in the future, but for now, I think I'm really happy with it, and I really like how all of this kind of comes together. As you can see, though, there's still a little bit of space underneath it, though. It does look a little tight, but I do still like the final product, and I'm really impressed with how creative the LEGO community can get with these alt builds for the art sets, because like, who would think when you buy a LEGO Batman set that you can build Boba Fett out of it? That's just really funny to me. But I do want to try and get this Bo-Katan. Also uses pieces from the Batman art set, funny enough, but I want to try and put that underneath it too, because, you know, we'd have the 2 Mandalorians and then the Mandalorian display underneath it, so I think that would look cool. But anyway, though, that is all for today, so thank you so much for watching. Definitely let me know what y'all thought of the changes, and I'll see you in the next one.